ago, before I came to team, school was a term I hated. School meant a place where you were verbally or even physically abused by your peers. I have a ton of bad memories from that experience. But now, when I think of it, all I can do is smile. To think I was once misguided enough to hate school. Everything back then was so negative until one day, my younger brother made a friend, little Jarquan farmer. That started me on a journey that has put me here tonight. Jarquan lived in our neighborhood, so we started to carpool with his grandma. That summer, our mother told us that she wanted us to start taking all of us to school in the upcoming fall. We told her, unfortunately, Jarquan was transferring to some school we never heard of named Team Academy. Little did we know, Jarquan transferring would turn out to be very fortunate for us. For some reason, as soon as my mother heard where Jarquan was going, she jumped out of her chair and headed over to his house. Next thing we knew, we applied to team and were placed on the waiting list. A few weeks later, my mother got a call, and in a blink of an eye, my mother, brother, and I were in front of an old, rundown church on Custer Avenue. I remember thinking, what in the world did Jarquan get us into? Inside Team Academy, we found out that my brother had been accepted into the 5th grade. You see, all charter schools accept students by lottery. Therefore, enrollment is basically the luck of the draw. I got accepted too. But if you come to team after the 5th grade, there's a test to see if you're ready for the next grade or if you need to repeat. Unfortunately, I found out I wasn't ready. I decided to repeat the 6th grade so I could be closer to my brother and just have a place where I belong. Not long after, I began to regret that choice. Mr. Regan told my mother I had to go to school from 7:25 a.m. to 5 p.m. and in August, and on Saturdays. That's when I made a different decision. I'm not going, and that's fine. But my mother thought otherwise. Her explanation for every situation is, it's my roof, I pay the bills, and if you don't like it, there's the door. Well, as you can see, she won that argument. Love you, Mom. As a new student in the team, I was overjoyed and overwhelmed with the teaching methods. Methods like the chants we practice proved to be very helpful. I still use some to this day to help me remember things. For example, United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama, Haiti, Jamaica, Peru, Republic of Dominican, Cuba, Caribbean, El Salvador, too, and so on. But I digress. I have attended public school, private school, and even a school in Ghana. But at team, I actually started to feel like a genius. There was really a moment during homework when I paused one day and realized, yo, I'm really smart. I learned to start reading independently. I still remember Crash, Holes, Walk to Moons, and many of those books to this day. I had bad grades ever since I was a little kid. I don't remember the last time I had good grades. All of a sudden at team, I made it onto the high honor roll. The high honor roll. I was also introduced to many opportunities like learning different martial arts on Saturdays, camping out in Utah, and even horseback riding in Puerto Rico. For all those things, I thank my team and family. My family plays a big part of my life. My family is made up of blood relatives, classmates, teachers, and overall, the people that I love and care about. Today, whenever I'm around my family, I always feel a sense of pride that they have in me. That feeling is great now, but it wasn't always this way. My transition from teen middle school into our high school, Newark Collegiate Academy, proved to be much more difficult than I expected. The high school provided more freedom, and I wasn't ready. Even though I progressed academically at team, my maturity level was very low. In 9th grade, my grades were horrible, and so was my behavior. At North Collegiate, We have performance reviews so that our parents can see our progress as scholars and maturing young adults. It's like one you would have in a professional environment. But my freshman year, my first performance review was more like a trial in front of a tribunal of angry parents and guardians. My mom, dad, 2 uncles, and my advisor were in front of me. They were all disappointed in me. My Uncle Ali was the one that stood out the most. The disappointed look on his face haunts me till this day. I never want to see that look on his face ever again. My Uncle Ali is like a second father to me. He told me that it takes a lot of time and hard work to build a structure with a strong foundation, but destroying it can be done easily and in little to no time. He wanted me to realize that to reach my goals in life, I need to work hard, always strive for success, and avoid sabotaging myself. Those words led to my own groundbreaking. Ever since then, I've been building my own legacy, and even though there could be a few minor setbacks along the way, I know I have one of the best blueprints because my team and family are the base of this project. And so I stand here tonight with this message to the younger members of my team and family, the 1,500 younger students through our team schools. First, you must want success as much as you want ed. Unless you believe you need success to survive, you'll be far less than what you have the potential to be. Second, never lose who you are. Be yourself, but strive to be the best possible version of yourself. To the older portion of my team and family, thank you for everything you've done for us. Whether it's through teaching us, donating, or being a caring parent, you all help us grow into maturing young adults destined for success. Thinking back 7 years ago when I made my first step through the doors of Team Academy, I realized I came in a feeble-minded boy who knew nothing of the opportunities that awaited him. Today, I'm a mentor to a number of freshmen, the vice president of the student body. I am graduating as a member of the National Honor Society, and I've been accepted to over 10 colleges and universities across the nation. I've been making the changes that I want to see in my life so that I can soon become the change that I wish to see in the world. The day after graduation, I'll begin my new journey as a member of Seton Hall University's pre-med program and the class of 2016. I'd like to take a few moments to recognize the people in the room who have made the last 10 years possible. Your dedication, commitment, and hard work has changed the paths of thousands of Newark's kids over the last 10 years. Will all teachers in the audience please stand for a moment to be recognized? We also wanted to give special thanks and recognition to our founding teachers, Ms. Morris, Mrs. Fisher, Ms. Grayson, Mr. Regan, and Mr. Hill. Will all founding teachers please